皆さんこんにちは。 CISM の渚です。今回はカナダ永住権申請時等に必要となる日本の無犯罪証明に関する動画です。本日はバンナビーの法律事務所でその無犯罪証明書の取得の仕方について教えてもらいます。
Hi, konnichiwa. Welcome to our Kingsway Global ID Fingerprint Center. What can I help you today?
I am a Japanese citizen. I'm applying for PR application and I need the fingerprint and the police certificate from Japan.
Sure, we can help you. Hi, Nagisa. I know that you're going to do the fingerprints in our center, so there's some documents you need to prepare before we starting our fingerprint services. First of all, you need to make sure you have the IRCC letters, which is asked for you to doing the permanent residence application. Second, you also need to have your valid passport or driving license. This is for us to identify yourself to do the fingerprint. Last but not the least, you also need to have the formal Japan required fingerprint form in order to do that fingerprint. You cannot using any other form. This is some specific form you need to follow, and this form you can get it from the Japan's embassies or get it from our center. And this is the application form you need to fill up in order to submit your application. That's one thing I'm going to let you know. When you're going to do the fingerprint services, you need to have some specific purpose, because the Japanese embassy, they need to ask for the reason for doing the fingerprint. For example, you can do it for the permanent residency application in Canada, or you can do it for employment related. You cannot just do it for your own interest, going to know whether I have a criminal record or not. One specific point I want to draw attention to you is about this fingerprint form. You must obtain the fingerprint forms in the Japanese embassies or consulate, or you can also get it from our center. You cannot using your own paper to doing the fingerprint, and you cannot using the other type of like FBI or RCMP fingerprint form. There's some specific form you need to follow. So this is the one.
Okay, so what are some things I need to prepare before I come into the office?
Okay, it depends on your finger. Let me see at your fingers. Okay, it's not too bad. It's quite good. Before you come, it's better to apply some Vaseline on your fingers so that it's having some moisture, and then it will be easier for us to collect your fingerprint. Okay, because some people, if the hands too dry, it's difficult to collect their fingerprint.
Okay.
And of course, the another thing is you also need to have the fingerprint form, which is accredited by the Japanese embassy. The form, there's some specific thing we need to pay attention on. This is some samples. I can show it to you, which is I also wanted to explain to you. First, you need to put your full names in here, and then your date of birth, and your passport number. So you need to bring your passport to our office. Okay, and then if you have any formal names, you also need to put down in here, and then let us know your nationality, because this areas you need to put down your nationality. And then the another side, we can put our stamp and our signatures on the fingerprint form. When we do the fingerprint, we need to collect your 10 fingers fingerprint. So the first 10 we will roll your fingers, and the last 10 we just tip it on the papers. So later on we'll help you to do the fingerprint, then you will know more about how we're going to do it.
Okay. So do I take my fingerprints on the digital or on the ink?
That's a very good question. We do have the digital fingerprint machine, but for the Japan's police certificate, it requires you using the ink. That's why I specifically to mention about you need to have ink roll fingerprint card. Because right now we're going to using the ink to help you to collect your fingerprint. Okay, so this is the type of the samples we're going to do the fingerprint. First of all, you need to put down your personal information in here, and then we collect your fingerprint. Okay? So first, that's something I need to tell you to pay attention on. When you do the fingerprint, you do the index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, and little fingers. And then last one is your thumb. Okay. And then we do it on your left hand side and then right hand side. So can I have your left hand? Okay, so first we're going to do your index fingers. So we need to roll it in here. Yeah, do it very good. And then your middle fingers. Yeah. And then your ring fingers. A little bit tricky in this part. Yeah, and then your little fingers. And then last but not the least, we do your left thumbs. So what you need to do is you need to relax your fingers and then follow my rule. That will get a better result. Perfect.
Thank you.
So we finished the rolling the finger part. So right now we need to tip your fingers on the fingerprint card. So what we're going to do is we try to do your 3 fingers first. Just relax yourself and press it here. Up. And then last little fingers. Yeah. And also need to do your thumb. Perfect. That's good. Okay, this is the sample fingerprint form for police certificates of Japan. So here is the people's information. You need to fill up your personal information in here, and then we'll put our stamp and signatures in here. One thing I'm going to draw your attention is you must using the black ink pen to fill up all the information. Second, don't forget your thumb is in the last part of the fingerprint card. And then you also need to pay attention about this part. For the thumb, must be across the first joint. Mean that I need 2 levels of your fingerprint. And for the 4 fingers one, you must across as 2 joints. That means I need to have 3 parts of your fingerprint on each fingers. This is the complete fingerprint form.
Okay, so if you guys need to do the fingerprints, you can go to a police office or you can come to this office to do the fingerprints. はい、ジギーさんにとっても分かりやすく教えていただきました。ジギーさんの法律事務所の情報は概要欄に貼ってあります。それではまた次の動画も見てください。